Nightly News for Thursday. I'm Tom Brokaw. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Tonight, it's NBC Classic Thursday with your last chance to see the final Cosby Show. Then the classic season finale of Cheers.
We couldn't help ourselves.
I'm so proud of you.
And a classic final goodbye to the gang on Night Court.
Court's adjourned.
3 classic comedies, NBC Tonight.
See it first on Today. Ross Perot, is he running for president or not? Find out in an exclusive live interview on America's #1 morning news show, Friday on Today.
During this week's sale at Eckerd, you won't see any red tags or blue lights. You'll just find all our high-quality Eckerd brand products for 50% off, and that'll save you a lot of green. Eckerd brand. Tested, retested, guaranteed.
My Eckerd pharmacist said Eckerd brand products are made to national brand standards, and if I wasn't satisfied, they'd replace it with a national brand, free. It's a great guarantee. Don't think I'll ever need to use it.
The 93 Toyota trucks are on the way, so it's your dealer's last chance to give you incredible savings on a 92 during his Here They Come, There They Go sales event. The 93 trucks are coming, and your dealer must make room, so he's dealing like never before on the 92s with option package savings plus factory-to-dealer incentives for combined savings that really add up. You may never see savings like this again on a tough Toyota truck, so drop in on your Toyota dealer's Here They Come, There They Go sales event. When it comes to savings, timing is everything.
Channel 2, KPRC-TV, Houston's 24-hour news channel. Now, Channel 2 News with Ron Stone, Linda Laurel, Doug Johnson, Craig Roberts, and the Channel 2 News team.
This proclamation proclaims today in Houston, Texas, Ron Stone Day.
Hello, everybody. The news tonight effectively has been canceled. The staff of the station has decided against my pleadings to make this my last program before my retirement the focus of the next half hour. So it appears I'll become the news tonight, and this program will be given over to whatever the rampant youth in the newsroom comes up with. I apparently am to sit here and watch my life go by. It's like coming back from the dead, like Huck and Tom watching their own funeral. So here's Linda.
Well, I assure you, Ron, that this is far from a funeral, but rather a celebration of your career. So we put Ron Regan on what will surely be the best story he's ever done.
Every night for 31 years, Ron Stone has been walking into a TV studio and into your home. A survey once found that he was the second most popular local anchorman in the nation. But all this was just a dream for a 19-year-old boy who started out at a tiny Oklahoma radio station.
From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore.
In 1955, he was spinning discs at KADA for the folks in the small town of Ada. Sometimes he filled in at the local TV station. It was the nation's smallest TV market. Then it was off to Russell, Kansas, and a radio station that offered a chance to do more. In 1958, a real TV station in Lawton, Oklahoma, made him the news director, anchorman, and... Yep, Dr. Shockley. Host of a children's horror show. You could even join his fan club. By 1961, a Tulsa TV station hired him away as the noon anchorman. And it was while working here that an up-and-coming anchorman in Houston, Dan Rather, spotted his tape and hired him away.
This is Mr. C.P. Sutherland, who was probably the last man to leave the Grand Camp alive and who was standing next to her as she blew up on that fateful morning.
Interviewing survivors of the Texas City explosion sparked the idea for a book he would later write about the 1947 tragedy. He quickly became Channel 11's anchorman when Dan Rather joined CBS News. By 1967, his writing skills were spotted by NBC. He, too, was off to New York. But anchoring national radio broadcasts and living in New York lost its shine. He came back home 8 months later. It was 1973 when Ron Stone joined KPRC, and he has anchored Channel 2 News for the last 19 years. And over the years, he traveled the world, doing what he enjoyed most.
Clyde, that's nice of you to say that.
He may be remembered most for giving so much of his personal time back to the community. 19 MDA telethons, and many times giving 3 speeches a day before getting to work.
Here, hold my microphone. You hold that. Just hold it real good. You know, you could be in broadcasting. That's all you need to know how to do.
From Houston, this is Channel 2 News.
Leon Jaworski is dead. The former...
His reporting was award-winning.
Hill Country home in Wimberley this afternoon. Jaworski was cutting wood when he suffered a fatal heart attack. He was 77. Leon Jaworski was the son of a minister who looked too young to be a Baylor Law School graduate, but before he was 30, he had proven to men years his senior that he was a brilliant lawyer. Apollo 11 left for the moon with 169 days remaining in the decade of the 60s. The young president who ordained it, and much of the innocence of America, had since gone. These were the Hyacinth days. Anyone could make $1 million here. Many did. All you needed was an idea and a friendly banker.
The Eyes of Texas. And since 1983, he's hosted and reported for the award-winning Eyes of Texas.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ron Stone. The Eyes of Texas here today, where Sam's Indian smart began to pay off.
And on the radio, he did color commentary during the Love You Blue days of Oiler football, as well as the Rice University Owls.
Wilma, now look, if you want to be
I tell you what, take the one that says rain and...
The original Scene at 5 that ran until 1983 often gave viewers the unexpected.
Here's Roy Neal. There's something you've never seen before. It looked like the top of a can or something, I'm not sure. I am sure that that is not what outer space looks like. It's just dark and there's a void and there's nothing out there to see anyway.
Well, somewhere in all of this is the new Scene at 5 set. The show returned in 1988 with a few new faces, largely because Ron was convinced that you shouldn't always have to have something bad happen to you to get on the news.
We had fun on the Eagle and delivered a serious report on rail travel.
Pardon me, boy. Is this the Corsicana station?
Yeah, track 29. Boy, you need to shine. So relax for about 2 minutes, and let's look at the irises. What do you think?
I see skies of blue.
For 3 decades, Ron Stone's been telling us what was happening in our lives. But he did something more. You were never viewers. You were neighbors. You were never an audience. You were his friends, folks he knew and believed in. Good news or bad, you continued to trust, perhaps sensing his deepest conviction that people are good, life is worth living, and tomorrow will be better than today.
What a wonderful world.
It is for all of those reasons and many more that even our commander-in-chief is praising Ron. I have to ask you, how many presidents have you covered?
Starting with Coolidge.
That many, huh? Well, never mind. That's okay. Anyway, President and Mrs. Bush sent a special letter to Ron. It was read at a rally that we held for Ron here last night at our Channel 2 studios. The mayor has also proclaimed this Ron Stone Day in Houston. Of course, everybody here at Channel 2 loves Ron so much that we must have given him at least 30 or 40 standing ovations last night, don't you think?
I counted 61.
61. Well, guess what? Up next, Officer Ken Weiner tracks down a few more of Ron's fans.
I think the city's better off for having him lived here, and television's better off for his having served here.
Have fun, enjoy yourself, and don't forget us this November, even though you're leaving.
Tonight's Channel 2 News is brought to you in part by Houston Honda Dealers.
Imagine driving a Honda down a country road toward the sea. Imagine its sleek lines cheating the wind. Imagine it embracing a curve as you cut through the rain. Well, we're having a clearance on our 92 Hondas. So now you can stop imagining things.
It's the jacket that takes you to work. Hello? Yeah, of course I'm packed. But still works for weekends. It's the white cotton shirt that goes with everything. And the cotton tunic you love so much, you bought it in 2 more colors. That's smart money, a fashion attitude at Palais Royal. For fashion basics that help you stretch your wardrobe and your hard-earned dollar. So you not only look smart, you feel smart, too.
Through the years, beautiful clocks have chimed the passing of time. Today, treasures like these are available at the Chapel Jordan Clock Galleries. With over 1,000 pieces in stock, Chapel Jordan offers Houston's largest selection of clocks at the lowest prices. Right now, our grandfather clocks are 30 to 50% off, with prices as low as $499. Come see our selection at the Chapel Jordan Clock Galleries, 2222 Westheimer, between Kirby and Shepherd.
Are your trips to the laundromat getting to be a drag? Go to Best Buy this week while every appliance is on sale and save $10 to $50 on a new washer.
Are you losing sleep over your old fridge? Go to Best Buy this week while every appliance is on sale. You can save $20 to $100 on a new refrigerator and rest easy.
You have a wonderful, wonderful time, Ron, in not getting up and going to work every morning. I hope you get a little fishing in, maybe a little hunting. Put your feet up. Come see me and we'll chew the fat.
Oh, thank you, Governor. One of my favorite segments here on Channel 2 News at 6 has been our To Catch a Crook stories with Officer Ken Weiner.
And in honor of that, Officer Ken has been out on the streets talking to some of your fans. Ron, Officer Ken.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, thanks, Ron, Linda. Well, it's a little bit different Catch a Crook tonight. It's yet another tribute to you, Ron, but this time a tribute to you from the Boys in Blue.
Ron, all of us is going to miss you.
Bye, Ron. Bye, Ron. Bye, Ron.
We have to say goodbye, Ron. But, it's hard to imagine Channel 2 News without Ron Stone. We're really going to miss you.
Adios, Ron.
Ron, we're really going to miss you here in this area, and we wish you well.
Bye, Ron. We're going to miss you.
Ron's been there when Houston's needed him. He has been one of the reasons that Houston is a great place to live, to work, and raise your family.
Ron, we'd like to say for the last year, it's been a pleasure working with you on To Catch a Crook. We'll miss you.
Bye, Ron.
Bye, Ron. Bye, Ron. Sure gonna miss you in Pasadena.
Well, there are a couple of constants I thought would never change. I always thought Carol Vance would be the district attorney, and I always thought Ron Stone would be the anchor for Channel 2.
Goodbye, Ron. Remember, the boys in blue are always going to be your friends.
Bye, Ron. Motorcycle Biz is going to miss you.
Bye, Ron. Good luck. You know, Ron, my grandfather used to tell me that he used to watch you on TV when he was a kid, which led me and Bob to believe that for a man of 80 years of age, you keep yourself in very good shape.
Bye, Ron. We're going to miss you.
Well, Ron, I've been a policeman for 11 years, and I'm a pretty good judge of character. And I would like to tell you one thing. You're a class act, Ron Stone, and if you ever want to come back, there'll always be a place for you in Officer Ken's neighborhood.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Ken. Most of those guys who said hello have fingerprinted me at one time or another. I want you to know that. Speaking of class acts, you and Bob have done a wonderful job. Keep it up, okay?
Thanks, Ron. We'll miss you.
Thank you. Okay. Do I get to talk again?
Yes, you have a line there. Just read it.
Oh, excuse me. We'll get the weather next from Doug Johnson, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Sorry.
And maybe a blooper or two. But first, we want to show you something. You know you've done something right when even your competitors say nice things about you.
Ron, you were an asset to the community. You're a heck of a storyteller. You're a heck of a newsman. And you're a heck of a competitor. And for that reason, I'm glad you're gone.
No, I just want to say to you, Ron, that we're all missing a friend. If Ron Stone is not the best television news anchor person in the United States, and he's on the real short list, because of your work, Ron, because of the quality of your work, you have forced all of us to work a lot harder and get better. And we thank you for that. We're going to miss you.
What do you say? What do you say? All my friends say I repeat things. I don't think I repeat things, but all my friends say I do.
Like I come to Burger King for lunch, and I say, what can I get for $2 for lunch? And she says I can get 2 burgers and 2 fries for $2. I said 2 burgers and 2 fries for $2, and she says I just said that. I mean, Burger King is the only place to get flame broiled burgers cooked over a flame and fixed just the way I like it. I said thank you very much. She said I just said that. I'm really gonna enjoy this lunch. Really enjoy it.
Your way, right away at Burger King now.
Celebrate 200 years of the White House at the 40th Annual Theta Charity Antique Show. Fine antiques dealers from across the nation will show and sell museum-quality antiques in a White House setting, now through Sunday at the George R. Brown Convention Center, sponsored by the Houston Post.
Designing Women premieres Monday at 3 on Houston's 2.
A clearance is a clearance is a clearance, right? You ain't seen nothing like the Nissan clearance or the affordable Nissan truck with savings up to $1,600. So get to the Nissan clearance this weekend, because you may never see deals like these again.
This suit at the Men's Warehouse is $200. Double-breasted, also $200. Elsewhere, they'd be closer to $300. Classic tuxedo, $200. Quality suits, $200. We guarantee it.
What do you get with an IBM PS1? At Electric Avenue Montgomery Ward, you get a computer and a keyboard. And it comes with a color monitor, unlike computers from a lot of other guys. Plus, a modem and lots of preloaded software, even a mouse. And it's all just $1299.99, along with the free computer workstation. Now, that's a pretty small price for such a big deal. Get an IBM PS1, the one you really want, at Electric Avenue, Montgomery Ward. Hurry, offer ends September 26th.
These two men on either side of me, believe it or not, have worked together for 19 years now.
What a team. And
what
the best thing that ever happened to me is when you came between us. It has been a grand thing. I've been able to relax all these years. Our lives were destined to cross. It was during the same week, over 30 years ago, we moved into the same neighborhood. We didn't know it at the time. That was over in Westbury. As soon as we found out, we both moved. That's right. But we've had a lot of good times together. Let's look at some of the outtakes and the bloopers and some of the collections that we've saved up all these years.
Are you frightened of the chicken?
No, but the chicken's frightened of me.
No, she's not.
Get off the cake. The chicken's on the cake.
Get her off my seat if you don't mind over there. Let her sit on Warrell.
It's too late.
Huh? Wilma, we have 1 minute. What do you think about the weather for tomorrow, Wilma? Wilma! Come on now, this is serious. I think the weather is going to be... All these youngsters out there want a promise from you that it's going to snow for Christmas Day. So let's have a forecast right now.
The rats won't snow for Christmas?
The rats won't snow for Christmas.
It will snow Christmas.
You heard it first,
but
right
not
here? It won't snow here? Yes, it will. If you own a car, listen up.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out! Get out of here!
Go on! Go on!
I'm just minding my own business.
I know you are.
You got the key? I have it, but I don't see where it goes.
Okay, stand by. Start engine 1. Stand by. All right, ready? Start. Engine 2. Which one is 2? If you'll kind of bear with me here, folks, we'll kind of see how this looks. Cloud cover over, well, you know where the cloud, if you know your map, you know where the cloud cover is. Why should I tell you that? If you live in the California desert, there's likelihood of sand, I would say.
La-da-da, Nancy.
Lord have mercy on such as we.
Ba, ba, ba.
This is
I
not,
tell you.
this is not funny.
It's a wonder they didn't send us both out of here a long time ago.
Oh, my
There's a couple of minutes left to do some weather, and you did such a fine job that one time you take the button and you do it. And you know what I ought to do? I ought to just stand up and leave.
Oh, no, I can do this.
Because you've done that to me a million times. Don't do it yet. Wait a minute. Wait. Let's go to the Bay forecast, and you just do there.
There's the radar.
Oh, the radar.
We've had severe weather through this area. We've had heavy rains. It was very Doug.
Oh, excuse me.
It was very dark, and it was raining today. And you see those green things up there? If you live in spring, there's a green thing in there, okay? Now, here's the forecast. It's going to be 72 on Friday, 70 on Saturday, 69 on Sunday, 69 on Monday, and 68 on Tuesday. Is this hard?
No more. Don't push it anymore. There's no telling what'll come up. No. That's enough. Give me back my wire.
Very good. Very
You really
good.
get into
I'm
this, don't
impressed.
you?
Is it really going to
Ron.
rain?
Is it really going to rain?
Is it really going to rain?
Scattered showers for a little while longer tonight, then it's all over.
Okay.
See?
All right. Wanted to get
It's going
that
to be a
in.
beautiful night tonight.
Thank
Sorry
you,
about
Doug.
that, folks.
Thank you all.
You have another line.
Craig Roberts is next with sports. I'm looking forward to this.
Yes, so are we all. Stick around.
Ron, goodbye, good luck to you. And is he retiring? Yes. Can't believe you're retiring, Ron. I'm not retiring. I'm still going. You ought to keep going.
Circuit City's low price guarantee means we'll beat any price in town. Like this RCA 20-inch TV with remote, just $217.97. This Panasonic 5-disc carousel CD changer, only $148.97. And this Kelvinator 21 cubic foot refrigerator, now a low $478.97. All guaranteed low prices, now at Circuit City.
Welcome to Circuit City, where service is state of the art.
Come here every week, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Hi, here's your order.
Right now, get Sonic's Brown Bag Special, only $4.49. Perfect for two. For one low price, you get 2 famous Sonic burgers, 2 fries, and 2 medium soft drinks.
More napkins, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
She even knows your name.
Well,
It's him. It's Ricky Avalon.
Hi, Tim.
Like Sonic.
Yesterday, on the way to work, Jennifer Franklin discovered Houston's Mix 96.5. Mix 96.5 plays more music and a better variety without the rap and heavy metal. Mix 96.5 for more music, more variety, a better mix. Try Houston's Mix 96.5 today.
Time is running out on your Houston area Ford dealers' factory authorized clearance. These are the final days to get the year's best deal on everything, including 5 of the 10 best sellers in Texas. Last chance for clearance prices on Ford Taurus, Ranger, Explorer, Escort, and America's #1 seller, the Ford F-150. Get option savings, cash back, low financing, but get moving. The factory authorized clearance ends soon. See your Houston area Ford dealer now.
Craig Roberts now on our sports news, I hope.
I just want to say that I'm in my 13th year of working with you, and you said you'd never quit. Well, you're not quitting, you're retiring.
I'm retiring. I'm a shy and retiring human being.
Okay. Sort of like the Oilers, then. They haven't quit, they've just retired.
Don't, please.
Okay, we do have some serious news once again. No sellout for the Oiler game. Chiefs-Oilers game blacked out here in Houston. We'll carry the Denver Eagles game instead. That's a noon kickoff this Sunday. Oilers defensive backs rallying around Bubba McDowell today. He's mad about a contract, but the Oilers say there was no clause, written or verbal, about him being the highest paid DB.
It's a big problem. I mean, it's not only with me, but it's, like you said, it's with a lot of players. I mean, you got to make the players happy, you know, if you want to be have a good team. And for example, I'm using Tampa as an example. Sam White's down there. A lot of players like him. He's a team player, coach, you know, and things are run well in an organization, and they're winning.
Mike Hollowback released a statement to the media saying how much Bubba means to the team, but he also said airing contract laundry in public is counterproductive. Now, I suppose there are other pressing matters in sport concerning contracts, bail bonds, etc. But let's address this Ron Stone business. First of all, he's an anchor who keeps up with the sports news, especially football. Ron's first love in sport has always been the Oilers. In addition to broadcasting the games with Ron Franklin for years, he once helped diagram plays for the offense, did it for Bum, did it for Eddie Biles. Got rid of both of those guys as coaches. In fact, it was Ron's expertise that led to some of the really wacky teams we had here in Houston in the early to mid-'80s. As if today's club isn't wacky.
You know, every once in a while, a journalist comes along that's designed to fit into a specific category. Ron Stone is that journalist. You know what, though Ron doesn't fit into a category, he creates one. And Ron...
Spencer?
What?
He's retired. He didn't die. Dying.
Oh. We're going to miss you, Ron. From myself and a lot of the 49ers. I almost said it. Oh, God. Different take.
Ron began his sporting career as a jockey in Oklahoma. Not many people know that.
A very fine ride there, Ronnie.
Well, fine horse, Brian. You know, you can't go wrong.
It's appropriate that Ron's last day is an open date for the Astros. Open dates are Ron's favorite baseball games. He's always thought cheerleaders, especially cheerleaders for the Rockets, would be a good idea. They auditioned today on Ron's last day. Ron's always been fair in that area. I've always thought of Ron as the news department referee, a no-nonsense guy who could always make the right decision. Sort of. Or at least a guy who wouldn't be caught in the middle of some stupid in-house conflict. His golf tournament is legendary. In fact, this year he was the only host in town letting people take shots at his mother. Finally, as Ron has always told me, broadcasting, son, is like riding a bike. You never forget. Well, you almost never forget. I'm really going to miss you.
Thank you, sir.
But I'm not going to miss the fact you said I could have your parking space.
You may have the parking
So that'll work out pretty well.
Thank you, Craig. Don't ever get serious about sports.
I try not
to.
Okay. Well, starting tomorrow, Craig and Bill Baeza and I will be here at 6, and we know that, Ron, you will be here tuning in to check up on us. And I would just like to, one more time, publicly thank you for teaching me so much about this business and for the privilege of working alongside of you and from learning from you. And want to also say that we're thrilled that you will continue to host the Eyes of Texas, because that means that you are still a part of the Channel 2 family.
I look forward to doing that. Thank you, Linda.
Great.
In just a moment, a final farewell.
But first, a peek at what Ron has done during commercial breaks all these years.
I left my spleen in Cairo, Egypt. Giddy up. Boom, papa, mau, mau. Giddy up. Boom, papa, mau, mau. High on silver, away.
Drive looks pretty much like another, huh?
Nothing yet. But baby, you just ain't nothing yet.
When you test drive the luxurious 93 Nissan Maxima, you'll find every exceptional feature you ever dreamed of, including an exceptional value. Maybe that's why it's been acclaimed by car magazines and owners alike. Now lease a Maxima GXE for $279. Just get to your Nissan dealer this weekend. Nissan, it's time to expect more from a car.
Announcing IBM's newest personal computers. They're packed with features, and they're now at a low Best Buy price. Get this IBM 386SX package for just $15.96 at Best Buy. It has a 129 meg hard drive, 2 megs memory, PGA color monitor, 24-pin printer, software, and accessories, all for just $15.96. And this week, get no payments or interest for 6 months on all IBM computers. They're new, they're IBM, and they're at Best Buy.
Well, finally tonight, it really is finally, after 38 years of broadcasting the news in one form or another, this is it. Please remember again, I have not died as it was made to appear, and I have learned some things along the way, like never to sing during commercials. Really is kind of nice to hear your obituary while you're still around. That way you can add your 2 cents worth, and that is simply this. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for letting me come into your homes, for the letters, the cards, the calls, the thoughts over the years. I always figured that doing local television was a trust, so I never tried to lie to you. I never tried to lead you down a false path. I spent 30 years working at 2 really fine television stations in one really fine town. And like the great Notre Dame and Green Bay Packer star Paul Hornung used to say, I feel like I've gone through life on a scholarship. I've been a very lucky man. Now I'm going to find out if there really is life after television, and so far it's looking pretty good. My first job is that I've been given an important task. I'll babysit my 11-month-old grandson, William Payne. Isn't it great? At 56, I found meaningful work. Let's keep in touch. Good night, neighbors.
You know what tastes better on Grant's Farm bread?
Toast tastes better, jam is nicer. Everything tastes better on Grant's Farm bread.
Spreads taste livelier, pickles are crunchier.
Everything tastes better on Grant's Farm bread.
And why? Because Grant's Farm tastes so good all by itself, and it's cholesterol-free.
Beef is tastier, peppers are snappier. Everything tastes better on Grant's Farm bread. Everything tastes better on Grant's Farm bread.
Taste them.
When I told my wife I was selling 10 pieces of KFC chicken for $4.99, she said I was loony. When I told my brother I was selling 10 big pieces of delicious chicken for $4.99, he said I was bonkers. But when I told the people of Lake Edna that I was selling 10 pieces of chicken for $4.99, they said I was a genius.
10 pieces of original recipe, just $4.99. A great deal in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
That's Amore. Weekday mornings at 11:30 on Houston's 2.
What time of day?
3:30 in the morning, I think.
Really? If it's 3:30 in the morning, that would put your son in the 12th house, and that would give you a big debt to society, so that would make you quite famous.
It's not the only game in town, just the funniest. You Bet Your Life, starring the one and only Bill Cosby.
Welcome, and thank all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep your hands together for the very intelligent Ring Trio, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the Black Goose. He makes a lot of noise, and he's going to bring in the ceiling one time. He has the secret word. I don't know the secret word. I don't care about it, but if someone says the secret word, they'll win $500. Go ahead, take it up. Now, let's make some money. Who's going to come out here?
Let's give a nice, warm welcome to Linda George and Eugene Tatum Sr.
Mr. Tatum and Miss George. How are you? All right. Eugene, and you're from?
From Philadelphia.
From Philadelphia. Born in Philadelphia?
This warm front also responsible for thunderstorms storms in Missouri, Iowa, over into Illinois, and Indiana. The national forecast for tomorrow shows that front barreling down into Texas. It could move through here early in the weekend and bring us slightly cooler temperatures. For Galveston Bay, slightly choppy waters. Offshore, seas 3 to 4 feet. Our forecast mostly cloudy tomorrow, a 20% chance of rain during the day. As the front gets close tomorrow night, the chance of rain goes up to 30%. Partly cloudy on Saturday, 70 with for a low, 86 for a high behind the front. Rain should end by Saturday afternoon. On Sunday, partly cloudy, 68 to 86, and just the slightest chance of showers. That's it.
Thank you. Thanks, Ed.
Action 13's Marvin Zindler is a man with a mission. He promised to reunite a child from El Salvador with her dying mother here in Houston.
Well, tonight, Marvin makes that mission possible. Marvin?
A lot of folks came through to make this story a reality. The end result was worth the effort. Thousands of Salvadorans fled their homeland during the war in El Salvador. Maria Alvarez escaped across the border to Texas when rebels murdered her husband, who was the mayor of a small village. After settling in Houston, Maria smuggled out her 3 oldest children, leaving behind her baby daughter, Anna, who was too small to make the difficult trip. Hilda Alvarez remembers the fighting.
It was real bad. They were looking for people that served the government, and my father was the mayor of the town, so he was killed in 1980.
Noe was 18 when they were smuggled out. But how did you get here?
By dirt, traveling and bus, and
come across the river?
Across the river with the coyote.
And how much did it cost for all 3 of y'all to come across?
$500 for each.
Well, how did y'all get the $500?
Who held the... That's my mom talked with the coyote how it's gonna finance us to pay it off, Later on, we had to work and then pay the coyote.
Henry was 16. Well, Henry, what did you expect to find when you came to the United States?
Well, I expect to find a new life.
Did you find a new life?
I did.
The Alvarez family has political asylum and wanted little Anna to join them, but time is running out. This brave mother is dying of cancer. She wants to see her daughter in a few weeks she has left to live. I went to the U.S. Embassy in San Salvador, the capital of El Salvador, to cut through the bureaucracy, to reunite this young girl with her dying mother. U.S. Consul General Leslie Gerson and her staff expedited matters. Are you getting a lot of these kinds of problems?
Well, we get a number of requests for humanitarian assistance, not all exactly the same as this. And occasionally we will get a request such as this one for Anna Ruth, a humanitarian parole. We were happy to be able to help in this case.
And so the reunion started. Maria's sister and nephew, who have been taking care of little Anna these past 10 years, met me at the hotel.
You know, it's too hard to get the paper when nobody helped to someone here, you know. But thanks to you, you know, you did a lot for us. You know, I appreciate that.
And Anna left for Houston to be with her mother. On the road to the airport, we passed a reminder of the war that was. Then Anna was off to her new life. Anna was welcomed to Houston by Charles Kirk, Assistant District Director of Immigration and Continental Airline officials. Our mission was almost complete. Anna's sister Hilda was at the airport to greet her. Then the moment came to meet her mother, who doctors say is terminally ill.
Dai, mi amor, come stai? Quanto tiene non verte.
Says thank you for everything.
Mucho tiempo, mi amor.
She really appreciates what you did, Marvin.
Well, a lot of folks came through to help this family and to cut bureaucratic red tape. Folks like Reverend David Polanco, Houston Immigration Director Robert Wallace, and his assistant Charles Kirk, El Salvador Consul General Aras, U.S. Consul General in El Salvador Leslie Gerson, and of course our good friends at Continental Airlines, who never turns us down for humanitarian missions. It's folks like those who continue to help families like the Alvarezes. Marvin Zindler, Eyewitness News.
Very good. Thank you, Marvin. Well, television history was made in Houston today when one of our longtime competitors anchored his last daily newscast for over 30 years. Ron Stone has been a fixture in Houston television.
But making his first-time appearance here on Eyewitness News Live, Ron Stone. Dave and I had to tape your last newscast, Ron, but we want you to know that we have watched you for years with admiration, and we're going to miss you.
Sure, I've watched you and Dave for years with notepads in my hand to find out what the news was. So it's a mutual thing.
What's next? What's new? What are you going to do now, Ron?
I'm going to sit on a porch and take care of my grandchildren, David, and, you know, I've got a new lazy boy. I'm going to watch the grass grow and all that sort of stuff. I'm just going to relax, I think. I haven't done that in a while.
We understand you'll still be doing Eyes of Texas, however.
Still be doing the Eyes of Texas, Sharon. I look forward to that. Listen, Sharon, I have something that maybe your folks have not seen that we have over here, a picture of Dave. This is Dave in 1973, and that's when he had one of those real good rugs before Marvin came in. And wait, there's another picture. Can we see the other one? This is, I don't know whether you could pan down on that or not, but that is Dave in a dress with boots on. And I don't want to tell you the history of that one. I'll just let you all figure that one out.
It was for charity.
I believe I witnessed that. And what was always amazing and wonderful to me is the two of you together really made a wonderful team, even though you've been competitors in the business sense all this time.
Well, we were friends before we were ever competitors. Well, Dave was working for K News Radio when I came here to go to work for Channel 11. And we met through mutual friends and immediately liked each other. And I admired his work when he went over to Channel 13, worked with Dan Ammerman, and then went out on his own and then worked with you and the other people there. And he's been a consummate professional all that time, but he's always been my friend.
Well, Ron, you've always been mine, too. You and I have seen a lot of changes in this market, in television.
Yeah.
What about the future? What are we going to see? What's this industry going to do next?
David, if I knew that, I probably wouldn't quit. I'd just sort of hang around and tell you that I'm a genius. This is what's going to happen. I think the important thing that local news is going to do is get more local. We're going to understand that we're not supposed to cover Berlin walls falling. We're supposed to cover what's happening across the street. Let CNN and NBC, ABC, CBS do that sort of thing. And if we do our business and let the people in the local community know how things are going, good, bad, but never indifferent, we'll be okay.
We're going to miss you, Ron.
Thank you, sir.
Ron. You set a standard for all of us. little bit younger folks.
Oh, Shara, come on.
Just a little bit younger
Yeah,
folks.
come on. Okay. Thanks, Shara.
She
Thank
can
you,
talk.
David.
We'll
Appreciate
miss
it.
you.
Talk.
Good
Okay.
luck.
Bye.
Thanks, Ron. Good luck. We'll see you in the future.
When we come back, coming to the aid of children who are at risk in Galveston County.
And we're going to meet a teenager whose life depends on finding a perfect donor.
In Athens, Texas, they celebrate something that was invented right here a century ago, the hamburger. Now, a burger judge sees a lot of strange recipes, but for me...
That's Nightly News for Thursday. I'm Tom Brokaw. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Tonight, it's NBC Classic Thursday with your last chance to see the final Cosby Show. Then the classic season finale of Cheers. We couldn't help ourselves.
I'm so proud of you.
And a classic final goodbye to the gang on Night Court.
Court's adjourned.
3 classic comedies, NBC Tonight.
See it first on Today. Ross Perot, is he running for president or not? Find out in an exclusive live interview on America's #1 morning news show, Friday on Today.
During this week's sale at Eckerd, you won't see any red tags or blue lights. You'll just find all our high-quality Eckerd brand products for 50% off, and that'll save you a lot of green. Eckerd brand. Tested, retested, guaranteed.
My Eckerd pharmacist said Eckerd brand products are made to national brand standards, and if I wasn't satisfied, they'd replace it with a national brand, free. That's a great guarantee. Don't think I'll ever need to use it.
The 93 inches a day before getting to work.
Here, hold my microphone. You hold that. Just hold it real good. You know, you could be in broadcasting. That's all you need to know how to do.
From Houston, this is Channel 2 News.
Leon Jaworski is dead. The former...
His reporting was award-winning.
Hill Country home in Wimberley this afternoon. Jaworski was cutting wood when he suffered a fatal heart attack. He was 77. Leon Jaworski was the son of a minister who looked too young to be a Baylor Law School graduate, but before he was 30, he had proven to men years his senior that he was a brilliant lawyer. Apollo 11 left for the moon with 169 days remaining in the decade of the 60s. The young president who ordained it, and much of the innocence of America, had since gone. These were the Hyacinth days. Anyone could make $1 million here. Many did. All you needed was an idea and a friendly banker.
The Eyes of Texas. And since 1983, he's hosted and reported for the award-winning Eyes of Texas.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ron Stone. The Eyes of Texas here today, where Sam's Indian smart began to pay off.
And on the radio, he did color commentary during the Love You Blue days of Oiler football, as well as the Rice University Owls.
This is far from a funeral, but rather a celebration of your career. So we put Ron Regan on what will surely be the best story he's ever done.
Every night for 31 years, Ron Stone has been walking into a TV studio and into your home. A survey once found that he was the second most popular local anchorman in the nation. But all this was just a dream for a 19-year-old boy who started out at a tiny Oklahoma radio station.
From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore.
In 1955, he was spinning discs at KADA for the folks in the small town of Ada. Sometimes he filled in at the local TV station. It was the nation's smallest TV market. Then it was off to Russell, Kansas, and a radio station that offered a chance to do more. In 1958, a real TV station in Lawton, Oklahoma, made him the news director, anchorman, and... Yep, Dr. Shockley. Host of a children's horror show. You could even join his fan club. By 1961, a Tulsa TV station hired him away as the
Toyota trucks are on the way. So it's your dealer's last chance to give you incredible savings on a 92 during his Here They Come, There They Go sales event. The 93 trucks are coming, and your dealer must make room. So he's dealing like never before on the 92s with option package savings plus factory-to-dealer incentives for combined savings that really add up. You may never see savings like this again on a tough Toyota truck. So drop in on your Toyota dealer's Here They Come, There They Go sales event. When it comes to savings, timing is everything.
Channel 2, KPRC-TV, Houston's 24-hour news channel. Now, Channel 2 News with Ron Stone, Linda Laurel, Doug Johnson, Craig Roberts, and the Channel 2 News team.
This proclamation proclaims today in Houston, Texas, Ron Stone Day.
Hello, everybody. The news tonight effectively has been canceled. The staff of the station has decided against my pleadings to make this my last program before my retirement the focus of the next half hour. So it appears I'll become the news tonight, and this program will be given over to whatever the rampant youth in the newsroom comes up with. I apparently am to sit here and watch my life go by. It's like coming back from the dead, like Huck and Tom watching their own funeral. So here's Linda.
Well, I assure you, Ron, that
noon anchorman. And it was while working here that an up-and-coming anchorman in Houston, Dan Rather, spotted his tape and hired him away.
This is Mr. C.P. Suderman, who was probably the last man to leave the Grand Camp alive and who was standing next to her as she blew up on that fateful morning.
Interviewing survivors of the Texas City explosion sparked the idea for a book he would later write about the 1947 tragedy. He quickly became Channel 11's anchorman when Dan Rather joined CBS News. By 1967, his writing skills were spotted by NBC. He, too, was off to New York. But anchoring national radio broadcasts and living in New York lost its shine. He came back home 8 months later. It was 1973 when Ron Stone joined KPRC, and he has anchored Channel 2 News for the last 19 years. And over the years, he traveled the world, doing what he enjoyed most.
Thank you, sir. That's nice of you to say that.
He may be remembered most for giving so much of his personal time back to the community, 19 MDA telethons, and many times giving free speech.